Look at here this small program. What the output of this program? Only to get a high and hello. Okay. Now I wanted to, when this high and hello executed at the time of class loading or after loading? After loading. But I want to execute at the time of class loading. Then where I have to write? In a static block. Okay. When high executed, class load. When hello executed, after class load. Okay, hi, hello. Next. What the need of static block? Can I execute some logic with a static variable? Can I execute some logic with a static variable? Is it possible? Possible. We can execute logic with static variable. How? Can I assign the logic directly to the static variable assignment? No. Why? Static variable assignment must be done with a value. Println is a void method or non-void method? Void method. Void methods cannot assign to variables. Compiler throwing error. Incompatible types, void cannot be converted to int. Then, if you want to execute SOPLN, can I create my own method? Can I call that method to variable assignment? When class is loaded into JVM, static variable is provided, memory. And then for initialization purpose, method is called, method executed, hi, message is displayed, return 50, stored in A. So we have already learned static variables, already we learned static methods. With the combination of static variable, static method, I can execute some logic at the time of class loading. Then why we have to learn static block? Why we should learn static block? What the purpose of static block? Here look at the hi, hello, both are coming or not? Yes. At what time this logic executed? At class loading time. Then why should I execute, why I need static block? Simple point. If I write logic inside static method, can I call this method after this class loading or not? Yes. What is my requirement? I want to execute logic only when class is loaded into JVM. But now the logic executing after class loading also. Why you are able to call? Because there is a name. Now remove the name. Remove the name. If I remove the name, can I call this body? No. That is where what is coming into picture? Static block. When you have already static variable and a static method, why we need static block? Why are static variable? We cannot execute logic directly. We must place that logic inside static method. If we place logic inside static method, the problem is that can be called after class loading, but my requirement is not fulfilled. So static block is given without name. Next, what are the different statements I can write inside? What are the different statements we can write inside the static block? Inside static block, we can write number one, SOPLN, number two, variable declaration, object creation, conditions, loops, try catch, finally, except return statement, I can write any statement. Okay, there is no compile time error. Now, the statement placed, the variable declared inside or the object created inside are static variable or non-static variable or local variable. They are local variable. Because we created inside a static block, they are called what? Local variable. Control 1, compile, and control 2, execute. There is no compile time error. This is 10 ABC 20 coming because of local blocks. Okay, static block is executed and these are the local variables. Understand my point? The variables created inside a static block are not static. They are what? Local variables. When this local variable memory created, when the static block is executed. Now tell me, what is the output of this program? I have created a variable and string object inside static block, and I am trying to access from main method. Possible or not possible? Not possible. Because if they are, some students are confusing the variables created inside a static block or static variable. If they are static variables, memory created at class loading time, and they can be accessed after class loading from the main method, but it is not possible. Compiler throw error. I have written this program to prove that the variables created inside static block are not static, they are local variables. Okay, then next, tell me now. Is this A static variable or non-static variable? Static variable or non-static variable or local variable or static variable? How can I say? Number one, created class with the keyword static. So it is a static variable. Tell me when this variable is provided memory. When class is executed, a variable provided memory with a default value 0. Then next, what is executed? Static block is executed. What is displayed in the console? SB. Then what is executed? Main. Inside main method, can I read a variable? Compile successfully and executed. Output we are going to get 0. Main, a value 0. Static block main 0. Why 0? Because it is a static variable, not initialized with any value. What the purpose of static block? Static block is used for initializing static variable and execute some logic at the time of class loading into JVM. Initialize static variable means I have to write logic inside static block a equal to 50. Tell me, what is the output of this program? Come on, come on. SB, main 0. Control 1, control 2, SB, main 0 na 50 ya. 50. Why 50? You are storing 50 inside a variable. This a is what a? Is it local to static blocker or is there static variable? Compiler with local preference algorithm searching for this a variable declaration inside static block available. Then searching in the class. Then this a is what a? Class A. When class loaded into JVM, a variable memory is created with value 0. Then static block SOPLN SB. Then a equal to 50. 50 stored in a variable in static. 0 replaced with 50. Then static block completed going to main method. When control is coming out of the static block, is the value 50 lost? No. Once you store value in the variable, until that variable memory available, value is available. Then here main is displayed, and then next 50 is reading and displaying. So what is the point? Static block is used for initializing static variable at the time of class loading. Once your static block initialize static variable, can I read that value from the main method or some other methods? Yes, because the value stored inside static variable. Suppose if the program is like this, then what is output? Suppose if program is like this, then what is output? Will you get 50 or 0? Why 0? Come on, guys. Everyone should answer. Why 0? This variable is here. What variable it is? This is class level. Here, this A is what? It is local variable. Why local variable? Before you have data type. If you have data type, then it is obviously what? Local variable. Now, what is the output you will get? In main method, what is the output you will get? 0 you will get. Now, tell me the memory diagram of this program. A class is loaded. A variable memory with a 0. Static block. SB. A variable memory created with 50. Then control come out of the static block. Local variable is destroyed. Then main method main. A is what? Searching for this A variable in the current method. Not available. Then search inside class available value 0. Okay, now? So tell me, what is this concept? I created a variable inside a method, inside a block with same as a class level variable. Then what we call it as? Variable shadowing. We call it as variable shadowing, not local preference. What is the output now? Sorry? Compile time error cannot find symbol. It is a compile time error. Why compile time error? You are accessing a variable. You are accessing a variable inside main method. Compiler searching for that variable inside main method, not available searching inside class. No compile time error in this program. What is the output now? SB main 60. SB main 60. SB main 60. Why? Why 0? You told your answer is your answer is 0. But JVM given answer is JVM given answer is your answer is 60. JVM given answer is 0. Why? This A equal to 60 is what 60 it is? You are accessing A directly by its name, then searching inside local preference. Then this 50 replaced with 60, there is no modification in static variable. A value 0. So variable shadowing, be careful how to answer correctly. Now, SB main 70. Why 70? I have used class name dot or searching inside class 70 stored inside static variable eval reading from static. Okay. Next. Ma? SB main. No, first SB A value 70. 60 main SB 67. Okay. Now SB 60, 60, 70, main 7. Okay. Yeah, 60, A 70, A 7. Okay. Right. Up to now, we understood how to initialize static variable with hard code value. Now, sometimes I want to initialize with dynamic value. To initialize with dynamic value, I should read value from the keyboard, right? To read value from the keyboard, I have to use scanner. Can I create an object inside static block? Yes. And can I read value from the keyboard? Yes. What I have written here, A equal. If I write A equal to, first compile searching for that variable in current method. In current method, A is available? No. Reading from class. So the value read from the keyboard stored inside static variable. Inside main method reading that static variable value. Compile. Static block. Enter 10. Then value is stored in static variable A. Main method what value coming? 10. Understand that? In a single Java file, can I create multiple static blocks? So what the use of static variable? Static variable is used for, sorry, what is the use of static block? Static block is used for executing some logic. Executing some logic at the time of class loading and for initializing static variables at the time of class loading. So we completed. Then next we are trying to understand in a single class, can I create multiple static blocks? Yes. We can create multiple static methods. Same way we can create multiple static blocks. No compile time error, compiled successfully. And what is the output of this program? SB1, SB2, main. SB1, SB2, main. Static blocks are executed in the order they defined from top to bottom. Static blocks are executed in the order they defined from top to bottom. Now suppose if I write first static block 2, then static block 1, SB2, SB1, main. SB2, SB1, main. Okay, now next. Should I write static blocks before main method? No, I can write anyway. No problem, I can write anyway. I can write at first main method static block. What is the output? SB2, SB1, main. Wherever you write main method is executed in the order they defined from top to bottom, and then main method is executed. SB2, SB1, main. Okay. What is the purpose of multiple static blocks? You understood? Can I create multiple static blocks? Answer is yes. If I create multiple static blocks, what is the order of execution of static block? In the order that defined from top to bottom. Then what is the need of writing multiple static blocks? Multiple static blocks are used for initializing each static variable separately. Initializing each static variable separately to have modularity. First static variable initialization, second static variable initialization. Understand that? Okay. Okay, A value 10, B value 20. Now, I have a question. How many static blocks we have in the class? 2 static blocks. Do you know how to read bytecode of a given class? There is a command called java p space class name. What is the name of this class? It will show the members available in the class. A variable, B variable, constructor, main method, and then how many static blocks are there in my class? Two static variables. Two static variables are there. Main method is there. Implicitly, compiler will have default constructor is there. Then what about static block? How many static blocks are there? Two static blocks. But I have only one static block. Where other static block went? Sorry? It doesn't have a name. That's why only one static block there. Then where second static block went? No. Common to also. It doesn't have a name, okay, buddy. But where is the second static block? We can create multiple static blocks in the class, but compiler will place only one static block. All static blocks are merged into single static block. If you create a multiple static blocks, all static blocks are merged into single static block, and all static blocks code is moving from top to bottom into single static block. Okay, repeating again. Can I create multiple static blocks in the class? Yes. If I create multiple static blocks, how many static blocks available in the dot class file? One. All static blocks are merged into single static block. In the order that defined from top to bottom will be moved into single static block. Why it is moving into single static block for fast execution? Tell me, if you take compiler searching for top to bottom, very static variable, very static block. If I give this program as to the JVM, then JVM also should search for very static variable, very static block, top to bottom or not. It's a time-taking process. The execution is slow. Ultimately, what we require, we need all static blocks to execute. Then compiler started placing all static blocks into single static block for fast execution. Okay. Compiler software at the time of compilation will take this body and will take this body, and both bodies are moving into single static block. Then JVM will go end of the class, search for the static block and directly execute. So top to bottom, JVM is not searching. Who is searching? Only compiler searching. Okay. Hope you all understand now. Right. So this is the story about static block. Same points you have to answer for non-static block. All you people try to answer. What is a block? A nameless block, just open bracket, closed bracket, placed either in the class or inside the main or inside the method is called what? Block. How many types of blocks we have? Three types of blocks are there: static block, non-static block, local block. Static, non-static blocks are class level blocks. What the use of static block? For executing logic and initializing static variables only once when class is loaded into JVM. Syntax for creating static block: static open bracket, closed bracket. Inside you write the logic statements. Next, rules in creating static block. Inside static block, we cannot place return semicolon, return value semicolon. Next, execution flow of static block. Static block is executed at the time of class loading. After static block or before static block? I mean, after main method or before main method? Next, do you have any variable shadowing problem with the static block? Yes. Can we create a local variable with the static variable name? Yes. How many static blocks we can create in class? Multiple. What the execution flow of multiple static blocks? Top to bottom. What the need of creating multiple static blocks? For developing modularity in initializing static variables. Each static variable separately to initialize. We have multiple static blocks. Can we nest static block? Means, can I create static block inside another static block? Can I create static block inside another static block? Yes, sir. What the need? What the need of creating one static block inside another static block? method nuko method create చేసా. Can I create a method inside a method? Static block is used for executing some logic when class is loaded into JVM. That means static block belongs to whom? Class. If you write static block inside static block, you are executing some logic for static block. Meaning is changing na. Static block is used for executing some logic when class is loaded into JVM. Control 1, compiler will throw error. Can we nest a static block? No. I can create a static block inside another static block, but we cannot. Sorry. We can create multiple static blocks, means all static blocks you have to create inside a class. Nesting is not possible. We can write inner loop, inner conditions, but inner methods, inner blocks, we cannot write. If you try to write, compiler throw error. If I remove static block, is it allowed? Yes, sir. This is a static block or local blocker? Local block. We can create local block, but we cannot create static. So these are the all points related to static block. Can I expect everyone understand? Aditya Kumar, do you have any problem? Do you have any problem, buddy? What is your problem? Tell me. Tell me what is your problem. If I place like this, do you have any problem? JVM arranging like this, do you have any problem? Not able to think. Why you are thinking, I don't understand. Why are you thinking? Don't think. Why you eat curry rice first and curd rice last? From childhood, your mother make you follow like that, right? So there is also syntax point of view, JVM point of view. They are arranging like that. Okay. The variable declared inside a static block or not, non-static, they are local. Yesterday we discussed this point, today I explained. Basically, static block used for initializing static variable. A equal to 50, int A equal to 60, local preference. 8th point, can we create multiple static blocks? Yes. Okay. When we define multiple static blocks at compilation time, how many static blocks are there? Only one static block. All are merged into single static block. If we create multiple static blocks, we create multiple static blocks for modularity purpose. A variable initialization, B variable initialization to write logic separately. Can we nest a static block? No. If you try to nest static block, compiler throw error. All points, whatever explained with the programs clearly there. Will you practice? Okay. Now apply same points for non-static block. Same points for non-static block. Okay. What is a non-static block? A block, a nameless block, that is just a nameless block, just open bracket, closed bracket, placed inside a in class scope, outside of all methods and constructors. Outside of all methods and constructors is called what? Non-static block. Class example. Inside class we have written just open bracket, closed bracket. A non-static block is used for initializing non-static variables and also used for executing some logic common to all constructors of this class at the time of object creation. For example, class example. Now I am writing inside a class. Can I create overloaded constructors? Yes. If you define overloaded constructors, there is a chance that some logic is repeatedly right in all constructors. Instead of placing that logic in all constructors, place that logic inside where non-static block. If I write some logic inside non-static block, when this logic is executed, when we create object. To create object, you have to call one of these three constructors now. Either you call no param, int param, or string param. Now non-static block is executed. Yesterday I told you, again repeating. When you create object, new keyword called no param constructor. First what logic executed? Non-static block logic, then constructor logic. Suppose you create second object by using int param constructor. First control comes into int param constructor, then first non-static block logic executed, then constructor logic executed. Similarly, when you call string param constructor, first what is executed? Non-static block, then string param constructor is executed. Understand my point? So this is the flow of execution of non-static block and constructor flow. In place of non-static block, we can also use a non-static method to place logic common to all constructors. But what is the problem? Because it has name, we can call it after object creation. And there is a chance we may forget to call this method in constructors. To solve about two problems, not to call explicitly and to execute automatically, non-static block is given. Between constructor and non-static block, when we create object, after non-static variables memory allocation, first goes to constructor. This parameter memory is created. This parameter, okay? That this parameter memory is created with the current object reference. Then control goes to non-static block. After non-static block execution completed, control returns to constructor to execute its logic. How to control goes to non-static block when it doesn't have name to call? Tell me, just now I told control will go to non-static block to execute. Let me show you programs here. Here I have overloaded constructors, right? 1, 2, 3. In all three logic, I have written what? SOPL and hi. Hi Raju, hi Rani, hi Mantri. Mantri means minister. Raju, Rani. I taken one kingdom. Okay, Java kingdom. Java kingdom has a Raju, Rani, and Mantri. Okay, Mahishmati Samrajyam, Bahubali. Who is this? Hey, Rani, Bahubali, Devasena. Bahubali, Devasena, and Katappa. Okay. Now first I am creating object by using no param constructor. Then tell me what happened first. Control comes to no param constructor. Then do you have any non-static block here? No. Then output will be hi Raju. Then when I create object by using int param constructor, hi Rani. When I create object by using string param constructor, hi Mantri. Control 1, compile. Control 2, execute. Now I don't want to say hi. I want to say hello. Bahubali has a send a rule that should not say hi, should say hello, because the new Raju came called Baladeva. Baladeva has changed the rules, right? Okay. Baladeva also trying for what? Devasena only fighting happened. So wanted to say to hi to hello. Then how many places I have to modify? All places. All three places I have to modify. If I modify all three places, it become what? Code redundancy. As a solution, we found what? Reusable code. Define the method. If I define the method with the reusable logic, is it automatically executed? No. We have to call this method. Then now I am calling in all constructors. What is the output will come? Hi Raju, hi Mantri. Okay. Now I want to change hi to hello. Then where I have to change hi to hello? Here. Okay. Automatically apply to everywhere. Now my question is, there is a chance that we may forgot to call this method? Yes. There is a chance that I may call this method more than once? Yes. Okay, now I define one new constructor, a double parameter constructor. So suppose this double parameter constructor inside which method is not there. Then tell me, Here what happened? Hi, hello, wish is there or not there? Not there. Then the soldier got angry and murdering. So look at that. Control 1, compile. Control 2. Okay, na? Then what is the solution to this problem? That is where non-static blocks are came into picture. Which place what is coming? Non-static block. Non-static block, SOP and high, Raju, Rani, Mantri, and new constructor also there. Do you have any chance to call that method one more time? No. Then E1 equal to new example. First control comes to no param constructor. Inside no param constructor, control logic executed first a non-static block. Non-static block is first executed, output is high, then constructor logic Raj. Second int param constructor, then high. First control comes to int param constructor, no param default sorry, non-static block and constructor logic. Okay. Again string param constructor. First control go to string param constructor, non-static block, and then constructor logic. Even new constructor also automatically it is executed from non-static block and then constructor. Okay, na? So what is the purpose of non-static block? Non-static block is used for executing logic common to all objects. In place of Raju, Mantri, I take an NPC, IPC, SPC. In place of non-static block, we can also use non-static method. Okay. How can control goes to non-static block when doesn't have name to call? Very important point. Observe now. Here, when you call, I can call no param constructor because constructor has a name. Control comes to no param constructor. Then how JVM can go from here to here? How it will go from here to method? Because I have called. Then same way how it will go to the non-static block? Answer is automatically. What? Answer is automatically. Automatically it will go. Problem solved. How it will go? How do I know? Automatically go. Finally, what you want? Output coming or not coming? Coming. If interview ask a question, how it is going? Automatically. Okay, then finally, you ask, did I get job? Automatically. Observe. If you wanted to find that, what do you call, unknowing points, if you want to find that unknowing points, what is happening background, simply you have to use decompile. You decompile it. Look at that. Inside Java P command, when I run Java P command, do I have non-static block in the class? Come on, guys. Do you have non-static block in the class? Inside .java file, I have non-static block. But in the .class file, non-static block is there or not there? Not there. Where it went? Previously, we have seen static block, na? Multiple static blocks or one static block? One static block. Now the non-static block also must be there. There or not there? Not there. Then where it went? It entered into constructor. Which constructor? All constructors. Non-static block code is moved into constructor. Which constructor? All constructors available in the class. The non-static block is really not called by JVM. The non-static block code is moved into constructor as first statement before constructor logic. As a first statement before constructor logic. Then first non-static block logic is executed. Then you must ask me question, sir, anyways compiler software is placing the non-static block logic code in the constructor, na? Then as a developer, I will place, na sir, why constructor, why the non-static block and why compiler moving? What is the guarantee you will place? Understand? And next, if you wanted to replace, how many places you have to modify the code? All places. If I use non-static block, it is automated, automatically compiler placing that non-static block code into every constructor. If you wanted to modify, how many places you need to modify? One place. If you want to test, how many places you have to modify? You want to test how many tests you, how many places you have to test? One place. What is that? Non-static block. Then at the time of compilation, automatically compiler moving into all the constructors. In future, if you got a new constructor, do you need to write logic inside new constructor? No. Automatically compiler moving non-static block logic into new constructor also. Everyone understand that? So finally, what is the conclusion? Non-static block placed inside a class. Is it available in the class? No. It is moving into every constructor. If interviewer asks a question, how constructor can call non-static block? Answer, constructor doesn't call non-static block. At the time of compilation, non-static block is moving into all constructors available in the class. So that constructor logic, along with the constructor logic, non-static block logic is also executed. Answer all these questions. What is a fifth question? Fifth question. What the use of non-static block? Non-static block is used for initializing non-static variables and executing some logic common to all constructors at the time of object creation. Syntax for creating non-static block. Like static block, inside non-static block also we cannot place return semicolon and return value semicolon. Remaining all statements are allowed. Next, rules in creating instance initializer block. Same, inside instance initializer block, return semicolon, return value semicolon not allowed. Execution flow of instance initializer block. When we create object, first control comes to the constructor. From the constructor, non-static block logic is executed. Then variable shadowing. Yeah, in non-static block, if we create any local variable that is belongs to what? Non-static block. So variable shadowing problem is available in non-static block also. How can we solve this variable shadowing problem? By using this dot. అంతే కదా వేరియబుల్ షాడోయింగ్ స్టాటిక్ వేరియబుల్ by using class name, non-static variable by using this dot. How many non-static blocks we can create inside a class? Multiple. Then what is the order of execution? In the order they defined from top to bottom. Why do we need multiple instance initializer block? Same story. For initializing non-static variables separately for each block. Okay. Next. How many non-static? Okay. Execution flow. How many non-static block? Multiple. Why do we need multiple non-static block? Next, can we nest a non-static block? Means can I create one non-static block inside another non-static block? No. If we try to create, is there any compile time error? No. It is considered as local block. Static block we cannot create inside a static block because static keyword is there. Static keyword allowed only at a class level. I can create non-static block inside a non-static block, but it is not considered as a non-static block. It is considered as local block. Understand? I want you write one program. Right. Define a class with three overloaded constructors. Define a class with three overloaded constructors. Define a class with three overloaded constructors. For the three overloaded constructors, no param, int param and string param. Full stop. Create three objects from this class by using those constructors. Create three objects by using those three constructors. Next, count number of objects create count number of objects created from this class. Create three objects by using create three objects by using these three constructors. Create three objects by using these three constructors. Count number of objects created from this class. Count number of objects created from this class. ఎలా కౌంట్ చేస్తారు? బై యూజింగ్ యువర్ ఐస్. మై క్వశ్చన్ అండర్స్టాండ్? Count number of objects created from this class. Count means will use your hand eyes 1, 2, 3, 4. No. You are programmed to tell me how many objects created from your class. Programmatically, you have to tell these many objects are created from this class. Come on, think how to write code. Think. రాసి పని చేయి. ఏమనుకున్నావు రాయి ఫస్ట్. అదేరా బాబు, నువ్వేమనుకున్నావు రాయి ఫస్ట్. రాసిన తర్వాత ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయి. నువ్వు అనుకుంది వచ్చిందా లేదా చెక్ చేసుకో. నేనే అదే చేయాలి కదా, నువ్వు రాసింది నువ్వు అనుకుంది నేను రాసావు, నాకు చెప్పావు, అది వర్క్ అయితే లేదా నేనే రన్ చేయాలి కదా, రన్ చేస్తే అని చెప్పగలను. స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్ ఇది రాసా, ఇక్కడి నుంచి అక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోయింది, ఇక్కడి నుంచి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చింది, ఇప్పుడు అవుట్పుట్ ఏమొచ్చింది, ఇది ఇదే నాకు కావాల్సింది, ఇది కాదు నాకు కావాల్సింది అని నువ్వు ఆలోచించుకోవాలి. నీకు నువ్వు ఫస్ట్ రాయి, నువ్వేమనుకుంటున్నావు రాయి. రాయి. నువ్వేమనుకుంటున్నావు రాయి ఫస్ట్ నోట్స్లో. రాసిన తర్వాత దాన్ని రన్ చేయి, రన్ చేసినప్పుడు నీకు నేను ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసిన అవుట్పుట్ వచ్చిందా రాలేదా చెక్ చేయి. అదే. Got an idea? You have class. How many constructors are there? Now we have another class. Create object 1 with first constructor. Create object 2. Create object 3. After that, here if we write system.out.println number of objects created, what should display? 3. That is logic I am asking. Display number of objects created from a class. Number of objects created from which constructor, whichever constructor available. I want count, where I should write the count. I want to count the number of objects created from the class. Which class? Test class or example class? Where I have to count? I should count in test class. Think. Where I have to write logic for counting? In a test class or in example class? Whose objects you want to count? Example objects. Then where I have to write logic? Inside example class, for counting purpose, I have to create one variable, right? Here I have to create one variable. What the variable? Any name you can take. I'm choosing as count. What type of variable is this count variable? Int. Start from where? 0. Okay, now? Now, if first object is created, this count variable should be increased by 1. Second object, third object, fourth object, fifth object. Simply you have to keep increasing the count variable. Counter plus plus, counter plus plus, counter plus plus. It is not C plus plus, count plus plus. If I create object by using first constructor, object is created, count plus plus, 0 increased by 1. Second object, 0 increased by 2. Third object, 0 increased by 3. Then number of objects created in bracket plus what you write? Count. Understand or no? Count variable should be static or non-static. Where are you creating the count variable? Inside a class. Inside a class, count variable can be static or can be non-static. In this situation, it should be static or non-static? Non-static. Don't tell how I created. I am asking question, this variable should I create as static or non-static? If it is a static, what is the effect? If it is a non-static, what is the effect? Think that point. If it is a non-static, count variable, if you want to increase, first of all, it should provide memory. When the memory is provided, object created. Where? In class or inside object? I created first object. Count variable memory created in this object, increase by 1. When second object is created, where the count variable is count variable used from previous object, another copy object, another copy memory created, increased here 1. And another object created, count variable increased by 1. Finally, count equal to what value coming? Here, 1. Which object count? First object E1 dot count, E2 dot count, E3 dot count. You want to count specific to one object or common to all objects? Then count variable should be static or non-static? Static. Whenever you are taking count variable, always count variable should be static. If I take a static, how many memories are provided? 1. From first constructor or second constructor or third constructor we access, the count same memory is accessing now. Always value is increasing in the same count variable. Understand? Now, think and tell me. After few days, I have created one more constructor in the class. Then create object by using that new constructor. Count value increased or not increased? How? If variable is static, automatically increased. Try to think, okay? I defined one constructor and I created an object, then count value increased or not increased? I have created new constructor. Using that new constructor, I have created an object. Count number increased or not increased? Increased. Why not increased? No? Sorry? Class level? I couldn't hear you. ఏం ఒక్కొక్క వర్డ్ మాట్లాడుతున్నావు, సెంటెన్స్ మాట్లాడితే అర్థమవుతుంది. వాగు అంటున్నావు, ఆగిపోతున్నావు మన మధ్యలో. చెప్పాలి, సెంటెన్స్ లో చెప్పు. కరెక్ట్ కాదో చెప్తా. కౌంట్ వేరియబుల్ వాల్యూ ఇంక్రీజ్ దా, నాట్ ఇంక్రీజ్ దా? ఇంక్రీజ్డ్. వై? ఓకే. స్టాటిక్ బ్లాక్, వెరీ స్టాటిక్. memory is common. Okay. How? Variable memory is common. How it is increased? That is what my question. Okay, tell me, when first object is created, count value increased by 1 automatically or because of count plus plus written in the constructor? I created third constructor in the program. I created a new object by using the third constructor. Now the count value increased or not increased? Come on, come on. Why not increased? Sorry? Speak louder here. Something you are telling I am unable to hear. Today, because of cold, my ears are not sharp. Huh. Sorry? There is no increment operator. Huh. Not counted, right? But not increased, right? Why you are taking this much time to tell that answer? Count variable value is increased by 1 only if we write the logic count plus plus in the constructor. Correct? In the third constructor, did I write that logic or not written? If I don't write, how count value is increased? Because variable memory is common, it is not increased automatically. You have to increase, you have to write the logic to increase. Where? In the third constructor. Inside third constructor, did I write that logic or not written? Not written. So what is the, after creating this fourth object, if I print number of objects, what is the number will come? 3 only. First constructor increased 1, second constructor count plus plus 2, third constructor count plus plus 3. Then fourth constructor count plus plus I have not written. I forgot to write because this after 1 year I am writing this third constructor, so that I have to increase the number I don't have in my mind. I forgot, or I am the new developer. I don't know that I have to write. Then tell me, if I write count plus plus inside each and every constructor repeatedly, is it a static way of writing code or not? Then what the dynamic way of writing? Inside static block. How many times static block is executed? 1 time. Then how many times class count plus plus executed? Common to all constructors, I want to execute count plus plus. Then where I have to write? I should write non-static block on count plus plus. Okay. Then when new object is created, non-static block executed from every constructor. Na? Even you write in future one more new constructor also, count plus plus is executed. So if interviewer ask a question, tell me the best example for non-static block. What do you have to say? Counting number of objects created from the class. How can control goes to non-static block when it doesn't have name to call? Control will not go to out of constructor at compilation time compiler. All non-static variable assignment and non-static blocks places in every constructor. This is a non-static variable, non-static block, non-static variable. It is moving into constructor. So you just try to adjust these points properly. Okay, na? Okay. Non-static block is used for initializing non-static variables and executing some logic common to all constructors when new object is created. Develop a program to count number of objects created from a class. Example.java class example. Now I have to take this variable is what? Static int count. Always fields must be private. Private static int count. Then non-static block I have written with what statement? Count plus plus. Then no param constructor. Count plus plus should not write inside constructors because there is a chance we may forget. So where I have to place inside non-static block. And then if you wanted to return this count value, I should have a getter method. So I prepared getter method to return the count value. In the test program, number of objects created. How to call static method by using class name. Example.getCount. Number of objects created from this class example.getCount. What the number will get here? 0. Then no param constructor. Again no param constructor, again no param constructor, double param constructor. How many objects totally created? 4. Then now 4 times non-static block executed. What is the number you will get here after 4 objects creation? 4 we will get. Understand? Will you please practice this program? Inside a class, can we create multiple non-static blocks? Yes. What is the order they executed? In the order they define from top to bottom, and then constructor logic is executed. Can we create a non-static block inside another non-static block? No. Means can we nest a non-static block? No. Non-static means what? Class level, na? Non-static block belongs to a class scope. The non-static block created inside another non-static block is not non-static block. Tell me, if I create non-static block inside non-static block, we will get any compile time error? No. There is no compile time error. But will you consider it as a non-static block? No. It is what? Local block. It is also local block. These are the points about non-static block related. So this is ends with our block and types of blocks related all points. So if you practice, then only you will remember all these points and you can implement in the project. So if you don't practice, you will forget everything. Clear? Look at here, this is the syllabus we are learning. How many topics completed, how many topics not completed, kind of. We completed 50% of our syllabus. Read. What topic covered, what topic is not covered. At least you find out what topic covered, what topic not covered. Ma? Unit 1. In Unit 1, all topics, all points are covered. Is it visible? If something is not covered, tell me that number. 21. What is that? Working with Eclipse Plus, Edit Plus I am using. Na? Next, this is a new batch syllabus, okay? In the new batch, I stopped using Edit Plus. I started using Eclipse. That is the updated material. So in your batch, I'll teach Eclipse maybe next week. I said Unit 1. Unit 1, all points covered. Ma? Literal. Literal is a constant value. 10, 20, 10.5, 20.5. Integer literal. Floating point literal. Character literal. Boolean literal. String literal. And the string literal and null literal. Null. So these are the literals. Types of literals, 5 types of literals. 25. Type conversion, type casting. Converting one type of value to another type by using assignment operator and cast operator. I have a int type int I1 equal to 10.5. Allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. I want to convert this double value to int. I want to lose that 0.5 and convert it to int. What I have to write? Cast operator. Okay, int I1 equal to bracket int of 10.5. So that int of is called what? Cast operator. If you want to reduce higher range value to lesser range value, then I have to use what? Cast operator. Converting higher range type value to lesser range type value by using cast operator is called type conversion or type cast. Type promotion means 10 plus 20.5. What is the result? 10 plus 20.5. What is the result? Here, I prepared an expression with two different type of values. Can you add two different type of values? No. Expression operands must be of same type. If I use a different type of values, lesser type of values are promoted to highest range. 10 is promoted to 10.5. 10 is promoted to 10.0, then 20.5 is added. Understand? So int is promoted to double. If I prepare an expression, in the expression, lesser range type values are promoted to highest range type. Okay, that is called type promotion. We have two character sets used in Java, ASCII character sets and Unicode character set. Always we write a program by using ASCII character set. Can I write using Unicode character? Yes. For that, you have to write /u 0004, 4 digits you have to write. So you have to refer character set, numbers to know. That's a big lengthy story. You don't need to remember. Just format of Unicode starts with what? /u following by 4 digits. Okay. Reading runtime value is covered, and sample project also we have developed, right? Reading username, password, verifying username, password, all the topics, right? Unit 1, all points covered. Anything is missing? 18. Auto compilation. Compiling one class Java file from another class. Example.java file, I'm accessing from test.java file. Example E1 equal to new example. Compiler has found the class called example. Search for the class example.java file in the current present working directory. Found, compiling and generating example.class file. Compiling one Java file class from another Java file compilation automatically by compiler is called auto compilation. And which class you are running? Java test. Test class you are loading. And example class to run JVM loading class example bytecode automatically. That is called auto load. Anything else? Unit 1, everything completed? 31. 1-3. Compiler and JVM activities. JVM architecture basic is loading class into JVM, execute static variables, execute main method. That is basic JVM architecture. Architecture and the flow of execution. First, class is loaded into JVM. After loading, searching for static variables, executed. Now today, we have added one more point. After static variables memory, static blocks. After static blocks, main method. Okay. Now full JVM architecture we are learning. Forget about basic. Next, any other point? 20 comments. Java tokens, comments, identifiers, keywords, literals, operators, all together called what? Tokens. Next. All these 25 points, all people are confident? Now go to unit 2. 29 to 29 to we completed 36. 29 to 36. Twenty-nine not covered. Modifier chapter not covered. You 29. Yeah, where are I will teach as part of method overloading, leave it. Java 5 version where are I will teach as part of method overloading. Done? 36 topics, all 36 topics. Comfortable? The most important topics, variable types of variables, method types of methods, setter method, getter method, constructor types of constructor, block and types of block. These are the basic programming elements. You must practice well, remember. Okay. I want all you people write yourself notes. What is variable? What is static variable? What is non-static variable? What is local parameter? Why? I mean, what is what is parameter? What is local variable and their purpose? Next, what is a method? Why method? Next, why static method? Why non-static method? Next, what is constructor? Why default constructor? Why no param constructor? Why parameterized constructor? Next, what is a block? What is a static block? Why static block? What is a non-static block? Why non-static block? What is local block? Why local block? Can you write these three questions? I mean, two questions on all variable method constructor blocks, their types, and then their purpose. Just what types, purpose. How much time it will take for you to write notes? Maximum half an hour. Can you spend half an hour and revise the notes and prepare? All points I have already shared. Only thing you have to just revise once. So that tomorrow I will explain you all these topics usage in one project. Okay, now we will develop bank project, full-fledged project, big project we will develop. If possible, I will try to use array topic also. Okay, now array topic I'll use, and I will try to use a control flow statements also. For loop already explained. For loop already explained, and I will try to use a switch tomorrow. If else also, you know how to write if, how to write else, right? Condition true, then if block executed. Condition false, then else block executed. And I will try to use switch block tomorrow. Switch block also we are trying to use tomorrow, Thursday, na? Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, maybe 2 days it will take. Thursday, Friday, 2 days, we are going to develop full-fledged project with the, we'll complete full-fledged understanding of object-oriented programming, how to create real-world objects in programming. Clear? So please revise once all the points. What are the points you need to revise? Block, constructor, method, variable. And what types, why? What types, why? These three topics revise and come. Okay, na? Thank you. That's all for today class. Where you are accessing. Inside me, another if you access, why it will go to static block. Where you are accessing inside main method, then why it will go to static block. Hmm? Hmm. 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 Hmm.